What do you do, my people? Your boys coming through once again with a new video. Today's video, man, we're gonna talk about this one footage that's going around in where we see 14 correctional officers from New York correctional facility taking advantage of an inmate whose hands are cuffed behind his back to the point of basically unaliving him. The footage that I saw and that many of you guys have seen is very graphic. We're gonna try to put on this video, which is towards the end, so we can figure something out, right? But the thing about this incident is that it seems like the inmate by the name of Robert Brooks was taken to some type of facility, a medical facility, right, from prison. He was currently serving a 12-year sentence for assault, and we don't know the details of why he's going to medical or he was refusing to go to medical, but it seems like it took 14 officers to take him over there. So apparently there was probably something going on before we see all this thing going on. But again, this behavior by these correctional officers do not justify nothing. This guy was helpless with his hands cuffed behind his back. And we can see on the footage how the correctional officers repeatedly punched this guy, kicked him, rubbed their knuckles on his chest, and basically torture him. That's what it was. You can't say nothing less than that. This individual was being tortured. And nobody was doing anything about it. Nobody was saying, you know what? I think enough is enough. Stop. We see the inmate by the name of Robert Brooks sitting down with a bloody face. And the guy seems to be gone. Like, he can barely speak. He's not even saying, he can't even say nothing, man. But this officer just went at it, time after time. It seems like they were upset about something. And whatever the case might be, this situation shouldn't be taken to that extreme. I have seen stuff like this. I have witnessed stuff like this. And trust me, man, it's nothing nice to see how officers are basically taking advantage of somebody who's handcuffed. You know what I mean? Who cannot defend themselves. And sure enough, they act like they're brave. They act like they're doing all this and all that. But again, the inmate cannot defend himself. I understand that this behavior does not reflect on the rest of the correctional officers in different states of the United States, man. But this behavior comes from an environment in where it is okay to behave that way. That's why these correctional officers are doing what they're doing, because they have witnessed it, because they're accustomed to that type of behavior. This is exactly what I always say. This type of behavior, man, it comes from the people on the ground. It doesn't come from those guys from above, you know. And this is what we see in different institutions, you know, California, New York. I witnessed this in CDCR in California, and where this type of behavior was okay within the institution. And we cannot have people out there trying to blame the higher ups when the problem is on the floor. And where the problem comes from is within the environment that's been created over the years, and where it makes it okay for a correctional officer to break the law. Because what? He feels untouchable. Why? Because there's no snitches within them. Because instead of behaving professionally, they behave like criminals. But again, they are the one in green. They're not the one in blues. They're not behind the cell doors. They're the so-called abiding citizens. But this type of behavior, man, it shows you that not everybody's like that. And that what many of us out here are speaking about is truth. No. I do understand that a lot of people are trying to hide this, and it is what it is, right? Not everybody's built the same. Not everybody's trying to put to light all this. Straight up. And you always have to see me or hear me say what actually happens behind those walls. You'll actually always see me speaking on this and saying, no, the issue is not upstairs. The issue is on the floor. And the environment is created by those captains, those lieutenants, and those sergeants. That's where everything starts. On this occasion, it took 14 officers to take this guy to medical and did what they did. Of course, this doesn't make it all right. Those 14 officers, man, one of them resigned. And the other 13 were dismissed without being paid. But are we going to see some justice off of this? Tell me, how many times have we seen these officers going to court, man? And at the end of the day, the jury finds them not guilty. Honestly, how many times have we seen this? I cannot assume or tell you what's going to happen, whether they're going to be found guilty or not. But what I can tell you is that what they did, it was very wrong. And whether they get found guilty, whether they do time or time served, that doesn't make it. They still unalive a person. They still were accomplice on a crime. And they laughed about it. The witness around there laughed about it. They thought it was cool taking advantage of an inmate, man, who was helpless, who can barely get up. Or he wasn't get up. These people were picking him with the neck, punching him, kicking him. And hope for what? What benefit it came with it, other than satisfaction based on their insecurities. We're gonna play this video, man, to see. Hopefully it plays. We're gonna play with this video, man. Hopefully you guys can see it, man. But with this being said, we are out to next video.
Videos are shocking and disturbing, and I advise all to take appropriate care before choosing to watch them.
The state attorney general's office released this footage recorded on body cameras worn by 4 correctional officers at the Marcy Correctional Facility in central New York. These videos, which have no audio, show Robert Brooks being carried into the infirmary by correctional officers.